Live from KSAT 12. Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
Hey there, it's Wednesday, June 12th. How are you today?
We are doing good. We are enjoying the little break in temperatures that we got yesterday.
Feels good out there.
Yeah, even though it's summer, we always enjoy that cloud cover or any rain that we can get at this point.
Yeah, there's chances today.
Yeah.
Small chances, but there's a chance.
A chance. So fingers crossed, Justin, that it'll work out.
I hope so. I hope so. We missed out yesterday. So you guys mentioned the cooler temperatures. It was kind of like a mini cold front that came through. It was an outflow boundary. But what it did was cool down temperatures. It just did not bring us any rain. It was all around San Antonio. Some folks did get some rain out near Del Rio. In fact, some severe weather reports out there. And this morning, we still have some activity on the radar. So yes, there are a few more chances. Let me show you where that is. Kind of moving right along Interstate 10 at the moment. From Comfort down to Bernie, seeing some quick downpours making their way off to the south and east. So there is still some energy out there. I don't know that we're going to see just a ton of widespread rain today, but if you're one of the lucky few that does see one of these downpours, you could see some brief heavy rain out of it. That's about it. We're not looking for severe weather. There is quite a bit more flooding as you get up I-35 just to the north of Georgetown and around Round Rock. That's where flash flood warnings are in effect. So if you're heading up towards Dallas today, no, it does get a little more hairy as you get up along Interstate 35. But here in San Antonio, again, just a 20 to 30% chance of rain in the forecast. Let me show you the futurecast real quick. And you can see it paints the picture of just some isolated stuff throughout the afternoon. And then by dinner time, a lot of this is probably starting to die down and move away. And after today, our rain chances do dip quite a bit. 86 noontime, we'll call for a 30% chance of rain today and taper that off to a 20% chance of rain this evening. Temperatures right around 94 or so. And very quickly, I want to take you out to the tropics. The National Hurricane Center has flagged an area in the Gulf of Mexico for some small chances of development. We'll tell you what this means for our forecast coming up in just a few minutes. Let's toss it over to RJ now for the latest on your morning commute.
All right, Justin. Yeah, traffic looking pretty good out there. Want to mention real quick some NBA news. Obviously, we are airing the NBA Finals. Game 3 tonight between the Mavericks and Celtics. But NBA legend Jerry West reportedly passed away at the age of 86 years old. So Jerry West is actually the logo, guys. The NBA logo was when Jerry West was playing in the 1960s for the LA Lakers, obviously an icon, and he actually built the Lakers up when they had Shaq and Kobe. Obviously some great rivalries there with the San Antonio Spurs. I'm sure the Spurs organization may send out a statement here in just a little bit. But again, Jerry West passes away at the age of 86. All right, let's get on to traffic here. 281 Sprucewood, traffic moving pretty smooth both directions right there. Let's see if we get one more camera before we move to our maps. That's going to be 410 at Babcock. There was actually a lot of activity in the Babcock area a little bit earlier, so we're going to go ahead and go to maps right now and see exactly what we're looking at here in terms of 90. So 90 Nogalitos, a couple different things in this area. We see that traffic is backing up a little bit here. 90 Nogalitos, a couple of stalled vehicles in this area, but we still are seeing some traffic get through. If you're coming in from 90 up to 35 and I-10, still going to be able to get through that area. Let's take you to the north side of town because we have a stall being reported 281 north at Brook Hollow, a little bit north of Bitters where there was some activity there a little bit earlier north of the San Antonio International Airport. So those are the things that we're seeing right now. Again, things for the most part looking pretty good across the roadways in the greater parts of the San Antonio area. Patty, Stephanie, back to you guys.
All right, thanks, RJ. I did know the West story because he's from West Virginia, so I did know the name. This is why it sounded familiar to me.
Yes, yes, and we'll look forward to a statement from the Spurs. Here's today's 9 at 9. The House could vote on holding Attorney General Merrick Garland in contempt of Congress as soon as today. House Republicans are moving to hold Garland in contempt for refusing to turn over audio recordings of President Biden's interviews with former special counsel Robert Hur. Hur investigated Biden's handling of classified material and declined to bring charges.
The Federal Reserve's two-day meeting wraps up today, and it's expected that there won't be any cut to interest rates after the meeting. Despite high borrowing costs, the economy and job market have remained steady, prompting policymakers to likely leave rates unchanged. The Fed has held interest rates steady at 5.3% since July of 2023.
Hunter Biden has been convicted on felony gun charges. He could face up to 25 years in prison, but legal experts say being a first-time offender, prison time is unlikely. However, the president's son's legal troubles are far from over. He's set to go on trial in California in September, charged with failing to pay more than $1 million in taxes. If convicted in that case, he is more likely to face prison time.
The global economy is improving, and that's thanks in large part to the U.S. The World Bank News forecast predicts global growth to reach an annual rate of 2.6% this year. The U.S. economy is the only nation whose expected growth has risen since the beginning of the year. While that's good news, it may not provide relief to Americans who are fighting the worst inflation since the 80s.
Small business owners may benefit from proposed new rules around the popular Buy Now, Pay Later programs. Right now, small businesses can get hit with a bill if there's a dispute or return. But under the proposal to treat them more like credit cards, those charges could go away.
The Biden administration is proposing a rule that would bar medical debt from credit reports. The administration says under its plan, thousands of people would be able to get better mortgages.
Thousands of Chrysler vehicles are being recalled because of a possible software malfunction. The recall includes certain model year 2022 Dodge Durango SUVs and Dodge Ram 2500 and 3500 trucks. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration says a malfunction with the vehicle's anti-lock braking system control module could increase the risk of a crash. Dealers will update the software free of charge.
Spotify is launching a new subscription plan with better audio quality. The premium tier will offer high-fidelity sound and tools to manage your music. The premium plan increases to $16.99 a month in July. Adding the higher quality audio plan will cost an extra $5 a month.
The NBA Finals move to Dallas tonight for Game 3. The Mavs are hoping the home crowd can lift them up after Boston won the first two games. But the Celtics have not lost on the road this postseason. You can watch the Game 3 tonight at 7:30 right here on KSAT 12. And that's today's 9 at 9. And a quick reminder that tomorrow afternoon we will be holding a KSAT Community Town Hall to talk about a major issue here in our area, elder abuse. So it's not a proud statistic, but Bexar County has more cases of elder abuse and exploitation than any other county in the state. And that is why we want to raise awareness about it.
Tomorrow, join us for our town hall to discuss the impact elder abuse has in our community. Avery Everett talks with experts from Adult Protective Services and Randolph Brooks Federal Credit Union about the problem and how to prevent it. You can tune in on KSAT Plus tomorrow at 2 p.m.
And summertime means hitting the pool for many families, but back in the 70s, during the height of segregation, not everyone was allowed to go to just any pool.
Swimming at St. Philip's College was a gift to the community members back then, and it's a proud part of the school's history that they carry on today.
Our Tiffany Huerta spoke with the college director of institutional advancement, Dr. Sharon Crockett-Ray, who shared her experience as a 10-year-old taking swim lessons at St. Philip's with a special teacher whose memory lives on today.
It was segregated, and there was a pool not too far from here on Commerce Street that we were able to swim at, but you just couldn't go all over the city and jump in a pool.
St. Philip's College was one of the few places where African Americans had access to community pools.
In 1969, my siblings and I used to walk to St. Philip's College. We lived walking distance from the college, and we walked here and took swimming lessons with Coach Hudgens.
William Allen Hudgens contributed nearly 40 years of service to St. Philip's College and his community.
But he was a gentle giant, and it was so important to him that we learned to swim.
Some of Hudgens' memories are on display inside this building named after him.
The legacy of William Allen Hudgens continues today. St. Philip's College offers a summer camp for local students, and they learn to swim here.
The swimming pools are part of the Kids Academy Summer Camp in partnership with the YMCA. They still have several spots available for students.
I am just elated. We have come a long way, and it's such a positive experience because it's a skill set that's a survival skill that everyone should have an opportunity to take part in.
Tiffany Huertas, KSAT 12 News.
Well, the time now is 9:07 and 78 degrees for now. Still ahead on GMSA at 9.
Father's Day is coming up this weekend, and if you still need to get dad something, we can help. Later in the show, we'll be speaking with a shopping expert about some of the top gifts for dads this year.
But first, if you subscribe to different streaming services, you may want to double check your bill. Prices are creeping up, but there are some things you can do to cut those costs. We'll tell you after the break. Welcome back. It is 9/11. Well, as streaming services like Apple TV Plus, Netflix, Spotify, Max, and others have raised their profile with new shows and new stars, they've also been slowly raising their subscription prices too. And for some, it's just in time for the summer.
CNN's Karen Kaifa gives us a look at the price hikes you may have missed and how to cut back on some spending.
Escaping the summer heat to the air-conditioned comfort of a binge watch is getting more expensive.
If your original plan was, well, I'll save money, I'll get rid of cable, I'll have one or two streaming services. Now you need multiple streaming services, and you're more or less right back to what you were spending when you had cable, the other day.
Among streamers increasing prices this summer, NBC Universal's Peacock, with higher prices for monthly and annual plans starting in July. Max, the streamer of Warner Brothers Discovery, CNN's parent company, will raise prices on its ad-free services by $10 to $20 annually starting in July. And Spotify will also boost costs for U.S. subscribers starting in July. The price hikes come as streaming media companies face their own increases in the cost of doing business as they expand content offerings to keep up with one another.
You have all these services all creating their own original programming, which is expensive to create. And in turn, you're going to have to pay a little bit more for those services.
Nicholas DeLeon, senior tech reporter for Consumer Reports, says streamers will likely experiment with different offers like lower price tiers with ads to keep inflation-weary subscribers tuned in.
Expect to see more bundles, expect to see more promotions. If you buy this product, we'll throw in that service, that type of thing. So it's a little bit chaotic, but that makes it fun.
In Washington, I'm Karen Kaifa.
Let's look out there with live cam. Heating up a little bit, still holding on to that 79, not quite at 80 yet. We'll take it for now, Justin.
It just looks cooler out there. If you look at live cam, you can kind of see in the distance there are some clouds, and we're watching a couple storms up to the north. So there is still some hope today. I think today is probably one of our coolest days in the 7-day forecast, although we're watching, again, what's going to evolve next week. Be some interesting tropical moisture moving in our direction. We'll get to that.
Good. So we got to enjoy it now, is what you're saying.
But this weekend's going to be hot. That much I can tell you for sure. Let's go outside for you right now. 81 in San Antonio, 80 in New Braunfels. Sun is out here. 79 Seguin, 73 Bernie, 74 in Kerrville. Not a lot of wind out there. And as we look at the satellite picture, and this is kind of what I was alluding to, you see all the clouds to our north, and some of these clouds are trying to bubble up into some showers and storms. The flow is such that anything that develops up here, like the last couple of days, will work down in our direction by the time we get into, say, the afternoon. So any sort of added cloud cover always helps us with temperatures, and will continue to do so today. I don't think it'll be just blazing hot out there. There's a look at the Authority radar, and yeah, we do have some showers and storms still going right around the Bernie area. Seeing a little downpour there. Comfort, couple of showers to the south of you, and then just to the north and east of Kerrville. And these are all tracking off to the south and southeast. So we'll put this into motion real quick and get an idea of how they're moving, kind of right along I-10. But if you get underneath one of these quick downpours, it's not going to put down a lot of rain, but just good to see it on radar. We'll take as much as we can get, and rain chances today will sit at about 30%. 84 at 11 o'clock, 86 noontime. And then we'll start to drop off rain chances later this afternoon as high pressure starts to nudge in here, and that takes away rain chances for sure coming up tomorrow. Heat indices, by the way, will still be up around 100 later today. So here's the tropical weather outlook that we showed you at the top of the show. The National Hurricane Center has flagged an area here in the Gulf of Mexico with a 20% chance. And this is something that would grab your attention, right? And by the way, we have another system that potentially crosses over Florida and moves out into the Atlantic. Small chance of development there, and then some development in the Pacific potentially. But this is the area we want to watch. And some of the computer models do want to develop something, but honestly, what would be a best case scenario for us? And by the way, what we're looking at here, this green color, is moisture. So tropical moisture, this white color represents the good, deep tropical moisture. And honestly, this is what we would want to unfold. This is just one of our computer models, but something less organized, because the less organized it is, the more moisture, or the better the chances that it will throw more moisture in our direction, instead of becoming something compact and more organized that could move into Mexico, and we would miss out on the rain altogether. All this to say, there are many different scenarios that could play out here as this tropical wave moves into the Gulf of Mexico. But if it is to remain unorganized, it would throw some deep tropical moisture our way by, say, Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. Something to watch. As I said, many different things could play out here. But if that is the case, we could up the rain chances by the time we get into Tuesday and Wednesday. Right now, I've put in a 30% chance of rain on Tuesday and a small chance on Monday as well. Beyond that, or at least before that happens, I should say, we are going to watch for some of that Saharan dust coming in out ahead of that wave. Looks like we could get a little bit of a plume as we get into Monday. You know, we have this happen every summer. This dust travels all the way across the Atlantic from Africa, but looks like we could get a little bit of that, maybe some lower air quality as we get into early next week. Something else to watch. Right now, heat index is at 80. It's, again, going to warm up to near 94 this afternoon, with heat indices probably approaching 100. And very hot this weekend, up close to 100 for Father's Day. And then we'll add in those rain chances early next week. We'll be keeping a close eye on how that all unfolds in the Gulf of Mexico.
We will be watching that closely as well. Thank you, Justin.
Yep. Thanks, Justin. Time right now, 9:17, 79 degrees out there.
Well, coming up in your morning headlines, a crazy crash in Atlanta after a commuter bus was hijacked, plus an unwelcome guest at one California family's home, and why police will not help get rid of the animal. Those stories are coming up next. Welcome back. It's 9:22. Well, in your morning headlines, Amazon contract drivers want more benefits. They say they are minimum wage employees who should have overtime rights. Yesterday, more than 15,000 of them filed arbitration claims against the company. Flex drivers are contract workers who deliver same-day packages for Amazon, and right now the company classifies them as independent contractors who earn between $18 to $25 an hour. However, lawyers for the drivers say Amazon only pays the drivers for a predetermined block. So if a driver books a 3-hour block, they only get paid for those 3 hours, even if deliveries take more time, and workers want to change that.
A crazy and scary incident yesterday in Atlanta after a county bus was hijacked. It started in the late afternoon with reports of shooting on a bus in the downtown area. Now, when police got to the location, the suspect ordered the bus driver to start driving at gunpoint. That led to a long pursuit on Interstate 85 and surface streets during rush hour. The bus was swerving in and out of traffic, hitting several vehicles, and at one point driving on the left side of the road. A woman on the bus called her husband while it was all happening.
She called me. I was sitting at my desk working and told me that one guy had shot another guy on the bus. And I told her, put the phone down, because I was worried about him seeing her.
Wow. The chase finally ended when the bus came to a stop in the Atlanta suburbs of Stone Mountain. A short time later, police took one person away in handcuffs. He was later identified as 39-year-old Joseph Grier, a convicted felon with 19 prior arrests. Inside the bus, officers found an adult with a gunshot wound who died at the hospital. No other passengers were injured.
Well, how would you like to have a bear as your house guest? Well, that's what one family in California is dealing with after the animal broke into the crawl space under their home more than a week ago. And he's been living there ever since. So the homeowner says the bear is already tagged by wildlife officials. However, police will not do anything because that bear has yet to pose any danger to people. Now, neighbors say the bear is known as Samson, a big lovable fur ball who's been in the neighborhood for years.
He'll get in my trash. If I have any chicken bones, he'll get them. A lot of these people might be afraid of him, but he's harmless.
However, the homeowner isn't so sure, so he's a bit worried, especially since he and his wife are expecting a baby soon.
I'm about to have a baby and knowing that there's a bear under the bedroom where you're going to be putting the child.
So he plans to set up a camera and then board up that crawl space the next time that Samson leaves.
So that's a formal eviction notice right there.
Yes, I think he overstayed his welcome. Sorry, Mr.
But he's so
Samson.
cute. Look
I know
at him.
he is cute. Aww.
I'm not welcoming any guests right now. Well, according to the job site Indeed, job listings in traditionally white-collar fields have slowed down, making it even more difficult for some to find and land a position.
Well, ABC's Perry Russum tells us more about the current trends and how to stand out as an applicant.
If you're having trouble finding a job right now, Indeed economist Corey Staley says you're not alone.
We've seen this really hot job market of 2021, 2022 start to cool off, but it's actually cooled off more in some areas and some sectors than in others.
Staley says in-person skilled labor jobs in healthcare, manufacturing, and construction remain strong. But white-collar positions in fields like marketing, software development, and data analysis have cooled down.
Those have actually pulled back to now the point where they're below where they were before the pandemic.
Based on data from Indeed's hiring lab, there's a recent trend for employers to take educational and experience requirements out of job posts. Instead, they're putting more of a focus on skills.
That's a pretty good sign to maybe start thinking about what type of skills you can not only develop, but how you can portray those skills accurately in job postings.
And to stand out as a job candidate, Staley says include industry-specific skills on your resume and list any certifications or licenses related to your desired field to give employers an idea of what your level of proficiency is.
If you are working in software development, you're going to want to make sure the programming languages that you're comfortable with are prominently displayed in your resume.
Staley adding, now is a good time for job seekers to take online courses to develop new skills.
And then once you have those skills, you can add those to your resume and perhaps land jobs and opportunities that maybe would have been much more difficult to land a few years ago.
Perry Russum, ABC News, Washington.
What's time now? Oh, 9:26 and 79 degrees for now.
More ahead on GMSA at 9, including what to get Dad for Father's Day. We're going to talk about some of the hot new items on the market right now that he might like.
Plus, if you're a renter that is constantly dealing with issues, we're going to explain what you need to know to protect yourself. Welcome back. It is 9:30. Well, Father's Day just 4 days away, but there's still time to get Dad that perfect gift.
I'm glad you said that, because joining us this morning is shopping expert Mary Beth Quirk with Consumer Reports to talk about some of the top gifts for dads this year. Hey there, Mary Beth. How are you?
Hi, great. Good morning.
Good morning. Well, first of all, what are some of your favorite gift ideas for the dad that's always on the go?
Right. So if you've got a dad who likes to hike, getting him something like a hydration backpack, or maybe he's not even hiking, he's just out all day, like the Osprey Daylight Hydration Backpack. It's great for lighter loads, for jaunts under about 2 hours. It has side pockets for water bottles, and it can also fit a paperback, small tablet, and even some spare clothes in it, so you can take that out with you when you're on a nice day trip.
That's a good idea. What about gifts for do-it-yourself dads? I have one of those dads, had so many tools around. What do you help them to stay busy around the house?
It's good to get a dad who doesn't have a general use drill, something like this DeWalt DCD701F2. It's quite a mouthful, but it's a 12-volt general use drill. And that means it's light enough so it won't get your arm tired if you're doing stuff above, like light fixtures or using it that way for a long time. But it's also forceful enough that you can get through holes. You can bore holes in hardwood without it getting bogged down in it. And it ranks at the top of our ratings for its power and speed scores. So that's a recommended product that, will last dad for a while. or anyone else wants to use it.
That's a good idea as well. Of course, a lot of dads out there like to eat. Grilling season is in full swing. Do you have any ideas for those dads who love to cook and to grill?
Yes, especially when it's this nice weather and dads want to go outside. We've got a Charbroil Commander Kamado grill. That's the kind of grill that looks like a nugget, or like an egg shape actually, and it's stainless steel. This one's non-ceramic. It's one of 4 in our ratings. Has a powder coated finish. It can get up to 1,000 degrees Fahrenheit on high heat, so you can even cook things like pizza crust perfectly if you want to do a pizza outside. And it has upper and lower dampers for controlling your airflow. And it's actually really light though, because it's not ceramic. It's only 115 pounds. So it's a lot lighter than most of the grills out there, which is, good for pushing it around the yard or wherever you want to put it. So this is a great choice as well.
All right, and last, we want to talk about some self-care ideas. Dads are always taking care of others. What about helping take care of dad?
So one thing that I would personally get my dad and that I would like is a massage device like the Therabody Theragun Mini. It has a wedge-shaped handle. It's one of the best devices for reducing if you've got like awkward wrist postures that won't hurt when you're using it. It's also the testers that evaluated it said it's small to hold, and they liked how easy it was to use and charge. It's also compact, so you can bring it with him wherever he's going. And we all know dads like peace and quiet. So This is one of the quietest massage devices we tested. So you're not going to hear that lawnmower noise when he's massaging his neck with that. So that's another plus.
Well, nice. We have a lot of options then to think about, quickly, so we can buy them and maybe they'll ship in. So thank you so much, Mary Beth Cork from Consumer Reports.
Thanks for having me.
All right, taking a live look right now with Live Cam. Look at those clouds lingering there. Just promising rain, but so far I haven't seen any.
Not yet. And by the way, I was kind of thinking I didn't want to guess for Father's Day, but now after watching that, I think I might want some.
Right?
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, nice.
Yes, we are hoping for some rain. There are some showers and storms, a few just to our north, and I'll show you the radar here in just a second. But first, I want to show you a picture from yesterday. This is pretty cool. Out of Bandera. Look at that, a double rainbow. You don't see that too often. That's a cool shot right between the mountains there. Good work. We appreciate you sending that in. And yes, there were some storms that generated some of those rainbows yesterday. Pollen count. Modes are on their way down. If you remember yesterday, they were high. Today, moderate at 790, but still may be bugging a few folks. All right, here's the radar. And I mentioned some of those showers trying to work in from the north. I'm going to go ahead and put this into motion for you so we can track how these are moving. But starting to see these impact the north side of San Antonio, or at least north side of Bexar County. So if you're watching us from, say, Fair Oaks Ranch, some rain coming down right now, just to the west of Timberwood Park, and this will move in around Camp Bullis here over the next, I'd say, 10 to 15 minutes. Some of this may work down through San Antonio, though, over the next hour. So yes, there is the potential for some rain. We've got rain chances in there this morning through this afternoon before things wind down. We'll take another radar update, take another look at the radar for you coming up in just a couple minutes, guys.
Thanks, Justin. Top stories this morning. A Bexar County spokesperson says a new court records computer system installed last week is not working as planned, but others are telling us a different story, particularly those who've spent time in the Bexar County Jail recently. They have a different opinion on the county's major software upgrade, one that hadn't happened in 50 years. Now, we've been hearing stories for nearly a week about how people are being held in jail days beyond what they should have, all due to the new computer system. And they say it is not getting better.
There's a lot of people in there that shouldn't be in there. There's people sleeping on the floor, people sleeping on the restroom side.
The sheriff's office says there is a delay in processing and releasing inmates, and it's because of the new computer system. A spokesman says jail staff members now are trying to catch up on the backlog. Yesterday, during the 6 o'clock news, Steve Spriester and Myra Arthur spoke with a local defense attorney about this issue during our KSAT Q&A. He talked about the problems he's seeing and how attorneys are handling the issues. So you can check out that conversation right now on KSAT.com or on our YouTube channel.
We get a lot of emails from renters about problems they're having, so we kept that in mind when attending a renters' rights meeting last night. Our John Paul Barajas was there and shares what renters need to know in order to protect themselves.
Very, very difficult, close to impossible to get any solutions to get anything done.
It's a complaint often sent to our newsroom. Renters fed up over ongoing property problems.
How frustrating is it living with constant issues for you?
I can't even put into words.
It's difficult to even get the words out.
Yes, it's like a feeling of hopelessness, despair.
But there is help for those who believe they're living in unfair or unsafe conditions. Renters' rights meetings like this one held Tuesday night aim to spread the word.
Increase tenants' awareness of what their rights, so that they know what to do when they are faced with an eviction or repair issues that aren't getting repaired.
Sandra Thames is with the Fair Housing Council. She says one of the biggest mistakes tenants make when an issue isn't getting fixed is withholding rent.
As you're current on the rent, the landlord has a responsibility to fix health and safety issues within 7 days of a proper request submitted by a tenant.
She tells us the tenant's lease should specify how to properly submit maintenance requests, and certain repairs may take longer than 7 days if parts need to be ordered. But once that window is passed,
at that point, the tenant should reach out to their city code compliance department to report that issue.
Tuesday night's presentation also explained what tenants can do if they have a notice to vacate or eviction, as well as reoccurring maintenance issues where a repair is made, but the problem keeps coming back.
There are avenues to get out of the lease when health and safety issues are not being addressed. There is a provision in the Texas Property Code.
The Fair Housing Council has resources for complaint investigation, advocacy, and education. You can find those tools on KSAT.com. John Paul Barajas, KSAT 12 News.
And if you would like to attend a renters' rights meeting in person, on your screen right now is a list of times, dates, and locations for meetings that are coming up. So the next one you can see there is July 15th at Mission Library.
Time right now, 9:39, 80 degrees out there already. You're watching GMSA at 9.
Well, check this bold porch pirate who didn't even wait for the delivery guy to leave before he stole the homeowner's package. It's something brazen you don't see every day. We're going to have that story coming up in a few minutes. And as we head to break, don't forget that Peso Pluma is coming to San Antonio next month, and KSAT insiders are giving you a chance to win 4 tickets to that show. So go ahead and scan that QR code on your screen right now to enter for a chance to win, but you must be a KSAT insider.
If you aren't one, it is easy to register and free to do so. You have until July 15th to enter the contest. You can read the official rules on KSAT.com. Don't miss your chance to see Peso Pluma at the Frost Bank Center on July 27th. We'll be right back.
Welcome back. It's 9:43. For all you dads out there, listen up right now on KSAT.com. Kerrville Shriner Park is celebrating you this Father's Day with a special deal. So this Sunday, dads and father figures can get into the park free when you buy a Child's Day pass. So whether you're a camper, hiker, or mountain biker, there's plenty of room for the fun. We have all the details on our website, KSAT.com.
And looking ahead to July, the CNET Festival is coming back to San Antonio for its 45th year. The festival will showcase 75 films made by local and regional artists. The festival runs from July 11th to the 14th at the Little Carver Civic Center and Alamo Drafthouse Cinema Park North. All access passes to the festival will be available starting June 17th. Admission at Alamo Drafthouse is $45. Viewing at the Little Carver are free, but you will still need a ticket.
And if you're looking for something more educational or a little artsy, a number of museums across San Antonio will be offering free admission on certain days or hours this summer. It is part of the Museums for All program, which allows families using SNAP free reduced admission by showing their photo ID. So head over to KSAT.com to see a full list of museums in our area.
All right, let's check in with our friends, the flamingos. It is always a great day to go to the zoo. Check them out. They're enjoying the sun out there before it gets hot this weekend.
Yeah, they're out in it, enjoying it. I wonder what they're going to do for the triple digits.
Yeah, they probably go in the water.
Yeah,
they got water.
Sunbathing at the moment.
Take a little break.
Yeah, there's a little bit of cloud cover, so that's helping with temperatures this morning. But it is going to get somewhat hot this afternoon and then very hot for Father's Day weekend. So we got to prep for that. I do want to take you back to last month. If you remember, we had our hottest heat index ever here in San Antonio, 117, the borderline ridiculous, right? That was back earlier this month. But we know that in May it was so very humid. And if you go back through the records, we just learned today that May was our most humid month on record. So we had dew points, if you remember, in the 70s and 80s, and it was just kind of stifling outside. Part of that was because the water temperatures in the Gulf of Mexico were so warm, it continued to feed in that warm, humid air into Texas. And so if you felt like May was a really humid month, you were right. With that humidity still kind of sticking around, but it got a little better this month. It's at least felt a little bit better, especially with some of those thunderstorms that came through yesterday. Kind of the outflow boundary kind of pushed out some of that moisture. And as we look at the time lapse, we do have a few clouds trying to bubble up there in the distance, and we may get a few more thunderstorms today. 81 right now with east-northeasterly winds at about 3 miles per hour. Feels like 86 for the heat index. And there's a look at the authority radar. We've got some of these showers and storms trying to take shape here off to the north and west of San Antonio. And I'll put this into motion for you. And you can kind of see their movement here. And they are trying to work into Bexar County. And we've seen a few work in around, say, Fair Oaks Ranch, just to the west of Bulverde. And there's 1604 right there. There's some of your downpours, and some of this will work towards San Antonio. Maybe even the airport, we may pick up a little bit of rain there here within the next, I'd say, 15 to 20 minutes. And more could develop throughout the afternoon. You'll see this kind of pattern where we get these isolated showers and thunderstorms popping up with the heating of the day. So our forecast calls for about a 30% chance as we head towards midday, 86. And we'll keep that 30% chance going through about dinner time. 94 will be our high, and then look for rain chances to taper off tonight, and they'll be much lower as we head into the latter part of the week and the weekend. Now let's talk about next week, because we have something interesting potentially developing in the Gulf of Mexico. The Hurricane Center has flagged an area in the southern part of the Gulf of Mexico for some potential development. What does that mean for us? Well, as we look at the forecast moisture, and this green color represents deeper tropical moisture, it shows that begins to gather in that area where the Hurricane Center is watching. Whether or not this develops is still a question, but if it remains unorganized, could actually be a good thing for us. It would throw some tropical moisture in our direction. And if that happens Tuesday and Wednesday, then rain chances would actually go up, and we would have some more opportunities for some downpours, which would be a fantastic thing. A lot of different scenarios could play out here, something to watch for next week, and we'll certainly keep an eye on it. Rain chances, again, go away this weekend, but we will bring them back Monday and Tuesday for that potential of some tropical downpours. So our forecast, 97 Thursday, 98 Friday. And for Father's Day, we are going to be up near 100. Very hot weekend, as we said, and then rain chances come back into play. Temperatures come down a little bit Monday into Tuesday. We're getting into that season where we do have to watch the tropics. We showed you the water temperatures. They're plenty warm. Yes. So whatever gets going out there can develop pretty quickly. It's not to say what we're expecting down there is going to develop, but it does bear some watching. We need to watch it.
We would like the rain, just not the severe weather along with it.
Correct. If we could just get some downpours and some good rainfall totals across the area, that would be ideal.
All right. Thanks, Justin.
Yep.
Well, in this next story coming up, we hear about porch pirates all the time, but this latest instance makes headlines, probably the most brazen that we've seen.
Yeah, it happened in Columbus, Ohio. As CNN's Ginny Mose tells us, the swift heist happened right under the delivery driver's nose.
The FedEx guy delivers a package. Knock, knock. Oh. Who's there? An alleged thief left the FedEx guy stunned as the homeowner answered the door.
He just took your package.
It happened in Columbus, Ohio.
I sat down and I thought I heard a movement.
The homeowner was just as shocked.
They didn't even wait for the delivery driver to leave the porch. Swooped in real quick.
Swooped in and swiped Kyle Dorch's brand new Apple Watch. Commenters were irate. The nerve. Disgraceful. Now that's brazen. Columbus police say they're investigating. We've seen bad deliveries, like when this guy tossed a computer monitor over a gate, and heroic deliveries, like when a FedEx driver in Nebraska found a rattlesnake on the doorstep, got a rake and spade, and killed it.
Basically, you just whack them with a shovel.
Yeah, kinda.
But you can't blame this FedEx delivery man for not trying to stop the thief. At first, he seemed to mistake the hooded guy for the homeowner. A blue Honda arrived just as the package was being delivered, and the thief left in it, according to the homeowner.
But it absolutely positively has to be there overnight.
Even if it gets stolen 4 seconds after delivery.
Oh.
Jeannie Mose, CNN, New York.
So many emotions watching this story.
Well, the poor delivery person, you can tell he feels bad because at first he's in shock. He's like, what just happened?
What's happening, right?
And then like when he's going away, it's like, oh my,
wait a minute,
that's the package.
That's not supposed to happen.
But that's not his job.
It's not his fault. Yeah,
not his fault either. Time now 9:50 and 81 degrees for now.
Stranger Things star Maya Hawke takes on a different role in a new Inside Out movie. When we come back, why she says this role moved her so much that she knew she had to do it.
Hello, everybody. Oh my gosh, I am just such a huge fan of yours, and now here I am meeting you face to face. Okay, how can I help?
Growing up means Riley is developing new emotions in Inside Out 2.
What was your name again? Oh, I'm sorry, I can get ahead of myself. I'm anxiety. I'm one of Riley's new emotions, and we are just super jazzed to be here.
Anxiety is voiced by Stranger Things and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood actress Maya Hawke.
It's the only audition I've ever had that I cried not on purpose. They explained to me the story of the film, and it was so moving to me. It just was like an arrow to my heart. And I think that that's what Pixar does so well.
And my job is to protect her from the scary stuff she can't see. I plan for the future.
I'm really lucky. I have a lot of anxiety, but I don't have debilitating anxiety or medical grade anxiety. But I do have there's like a character that I have in me that's like, oh no, oh, I should put this here and I need the glove box and oh my gosh, and oh no, and oh.
Ellie's life is more complex now. It requires more sophisticated emotions than all of you.
It's almost like a little joke I make with myself to help me get out the little gremlin in my head, and so I was really able to sort of play with that character that I've had in my own life and to kind of let her free and give her free reign in this role, which was really cool.
How dare you, madam?
You can't just bottle us up. Oh, that's a great idea.
In Hollywood, I'm Rick Damagella.
You have tickets already, right?
I got my tickets, yeah. I'm taking the kids. They're excited.
Is that your Father's Day present?
Oh, yeah. 30% chance of rain today. We'll watch the radar. You can also check out that radar on the KSAT weather app on our page as well. And we'll keep you updated with some more rain chances showing up next week.
All right. Well, fingers crossed, if not for rain, at least cloud cover, a little coolness somewhere.
Yes.
That breeze that came in yesterday.
Felt good.
Have a great day.